Hi guys, well I just got to see Snow White and the Huntsman today, and I have to say I was really looking forward to seeing this film. The trailer got me really excited for it. It's definitely had a lot of it seemed to have a lot of action in it, and they had some really good trailer music, and I was really pumped for this, thinking that it's going to be like a Lord of the Rings type of movie that tells the Snow White story. When I finally got to see it, I have to say I enjoyed it, but I was a little bit disappointed. There's a lot of things that knock it down a few pegs for me, and that will show my rating at the end. Uh, I'll say some of the good things. It's a very visually stunning film. It tells the story very well through visuals. Charlize Theron's character as the evil queen is very good. She's basically the best thing in this film. Her character is really well rounded. She gives a great performance as the evil queen. You can't ask more from her. She's everything you need, like angry, sympathetic, even scary, evil. All those emotions that she portrays on the screen is very believable, and you definitely are very interested in the film when she's on the screen. Unfortunately, she's so strong in this film. I think a lot of other things suffer because of that, and that's down to either the protagonists are nowhere near as strong as the antagonist, and maybe I think the director really was needed to, because he's obviously got Charlize Theron being this great role. He probably needed to maybe give Chris Hemsworth and Kristen Stewart maybe some more direction, and helping them along. Another thing, the dwarfs in this are very funny. They do bring some humour in it. They're not in it as often enough as they should have been, and they're underused because you've got Ian McShane, Bob Hoskins, Toby Jones, Nick Frost. You've got all these great actors in there, and they're underused. They're not really like grumpy, sneezy, or happy or anything like that, but they kind of reminded me more of maybe the dwarfs in Time Bandits, something like that, because they were really good, and they gave a lot of humor, as I said, but not as well used as they could have been. But it's still great to look at, and it's filmed very well. And I would have to say the reason I enjoyed it was because it reminded me of the 80s movie Legend, which is another film that has a great villain in it, but the heroes aren't so interesting, but everything is done so well that you still enjoy that film. And I know Tom Cruise is the hero in that, but once again, he was a very Tom Cruise was young and up and coming still, and his characters did come across a little bland in that, but everything else was so good that you still enjoyed the adventure that was on the screen. And I think this is the case with this movie. Definitely could have given Chris Hemsworth a lot more to do. He just seemed to be there for the ride for most of the film, and Kristen Stewart, who is Bella in Twilight. I think she's been that character for too long, maybe, and she seemed to be doing a lot of the Bella type acting that I've seen in the Twilight movies, and I think she needs now to finally break away from that kind of pouting, sort of looking sad kind of look to her acting, and move in a different direction, which would help her a lot more, and maybe make her more engaging to the viewer. But overall, I thought the movie was good. Good fantasy film, but nothing classic or brilliant like Lord of the Rings. And for all the things like characterization suffering, the dwarf characters not being in it enough, but I'd have to give it 3 stars, and the 3 stars are obviously for the visually stunning effects, the fact that it's still enjoyable to see, and Charlize Theron's character is great in it. So it's got some good pluses, it's got some minuses to knock it down, but 3 stars overall. Still a good fantasy film. I'll catch you later.